This conference will now be recorded.
Last day of summer.
It is the last day of summer.
Chaplain?
Please join me in prayer. Dear Lord and Father of all, we come to you this evening to ask your guidance as Sedalia City Council, Mayor, Administrator, and staff meet to discuss, debate, and make decisions for the betterment of this community and its many citizens. We ask your protection for all of our first responders, police, fire, hospital, ambulance, EMTs, and all who work tirelessly to serve our needs while often risking their own well-being. Bless the United States of America, our constitutional republic, remembering that so many have fought and died to create and preserve it for nearly 250 years. We also ask your blessing for our state of Missouri, now celebrating 200 years. And as we leave tonight, please protect us and our loved ones. Keep us from harm until we meet again. All this we pray in the name of your Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Arlene, roll call, please.
Lehman.
Here.
Oldham.
Here.
Dawson.
Here.
Bogus. Here. Richardson. Here. Cross. Here. Foster. Here. And Bliss.
Here. We need a motion to approve the minutes from September 7th, Councilman.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Moving right along. Steve Bliss. Finance and Administration, and the first thing that happens tonight is a financial update from Dawn. Take it away. It's in front of us.
You will see that sales tax for the month is up 4.7%. Even with taking Parks 1/8 cent sales tax out of the equation, we're still 4.5% up for the month. For the year, it is 14.6% up, which is far in excess of what was budgeted. Hopefully the trend will continue. Use tax is up 15.6% for the month. I apologize. My eyes are not following my chicken scratch very well. Oh, without consideration of parks, it looks like parks sales tax has been, or use tax has been considerable. It would be up 3.1% for the month. Overall for the year is 3.4% increase in use tax, still on track with budget. Franchise and cigarette taxes, that number's a smidgen misleading because you'll recall last month one of the franchise taxes, I believe it was cable franchise tax, had not come in, so it was electric. So it had been considerably low, so that's why it's high.
148,792 last year. It's in this month, and it wasn't in last year.
Thanks. And for the year, we're running just right about what last year was. It's 0.8% increase. So transportation tax down 2.2% for the month in comparison to last year, but up 19.1% for the year. Property taxes collected down 12.1% for this time last year, this particular month, but up 10.1% for the year. Overall, up 10.6% this month from this month last year, and up 12.3% for the year.
Any questions, Council? No, thank you. Good. Second item I have. The city uses a software package developed by Springbrook to manage several functions, including accounting, payroll, and human resources. The staff's learned this software has an option to add an employee self-service portal that ties these programs together. This would allow each employee, finance and human resources, to communicate and share information back and forth much more efficiently and in a timely manner. It would eliminate opportunities for errors as well, make information readily available to employees such as timesheets, check stubs, W-2s, and W-4s. Staff recommends approval of the budget amendment to add these service capabilities. Over the long run, much of this cost will be offset through efficiencies in administrating these functions while improving our service to our employees.
Any questions, council? Do you have another example of how that will impact employees? He did a good job explaining it.
Another example, yeah, basically the big things will be that they'll be able to report their time sheet on there and then get their checks done. And right now that is a manual process, and sending those out is really pretty labor intensive and has several people involved. So they can go on there and then, you know, if they lose it, then they can just go get it again. Same way with W-2s. They can also change address, those kinds of things. So it'll just be a much better service and more error-proof.
UCM has a portal like that, John. It's really nice because as soon as January 1 rolls around, or pretty quickly, everything's posted. You don't have to look in the mail for your W-2s and all your tax documents coming in. Yeah, just the tax benefit. And not having to generate all those things and mail them out.
Sure. Marlene, would you read the resolution, please?
Resolution 1938, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Sedalia, Missouri, authorizing an increase in budget expenditures for the fiscal year 21-22 relating to the purchase of the Springbrook Employee Self-Service Module.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Marlene, would you read the ordinances, please?
Yes, the first one is Bill number 2021-136, an ordinance amending the budget for the fiscal year 21-22 regarding purchase of employee self-service module.
Second reading. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Bill number 2021-136, an ordinance amending the budget for the fiscal year 21-22 regarding purchase of employee self-service module.
Final passage. Second.
Roll call, please.
Oldham?
Yes.
Dawson?
Yes.
Bogus?
Yes.
Richardson?
Yes.
Cross?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Bliss?
Yes.
Lehman?
Yes.
All in favor. And the last resolution, or bill number, is 2021-137, an ordinance approving and accepting a master license agreement and master services agreement by and between the City of Sedalia, Missouri, and Springbrook Holding Company, LLC, a Delaware corporation, for the purchase of an employee self-service module.
Second reading. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bill number 2021-137, an ordinance approving and accepting a master license agreement and master services agreement by and between the City of Sedalia, Missouri, and Springbrook Holding Company, LLC, a Delaware corporation, for the purchase of an employee self-service module.
Final passage.
Roll call, please.
Okay, Dawson?
Yes.
Bogus?
Yes.
Richardson?
Yes.
Cross?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Bliss?
Yes.
Lehman?
Yes.
Oldham?
Yes.
All in favor.
Next item. Ready? Yes. Retrieving Freedom's partnering with Craft Beer Cellar on a Wings for Wags fundraising event. This event is scheduled for September 25th. Certainly I will attend if I can, because I like Wings for Wags. At Craft Beer Cellar's location is 7th and Ohio. They've applied for a permit to barricade 7th Street from Ohio to the alley behind their building to allow open containers in this area. Staff worked with them to coordinate security. They will verify the legal age of all patrons and require them to wear a wristband during the event. Alcohol will only be served in Craft Beer Cellar under their current wristband. I lost my place. Alcohol will only be served in Craft Beer Cellar under their current liquor license, and any containers allowed outside will be in plastic cups. I'll hire 2 off-duty police officers to handle security, ensure liquor laws are followed. Staff recommends that with these stipulations, the open container laws should be suspended for this specific area during the limited time of this event.
Any questions, council? Marlene, read the ordinance, please.
Bill number 2021-138, an ordinance waiving the requirements of Section 4-3A, open container laws of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Sedalia, Missouri, and imposing other conditions relating to the Retrieving Freedom / Craft Beer Cellar Wings for Wags event on Saturday, September 25th, 2021, during the hours of 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. in downtown Sedalia.
Second reading. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Bill number 2021-138, an ordinance waiving the requirements of Section 4-3A, open container laws of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Sedalia, Missouri, and imposing other conditions relating to the Retrieving Freedom / Craft Beer Cellar Wings for Wags event on Saturday, September 25th, 2021, during the hours of 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. in downtown Sedalia.
Final passage.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Bogus?
Yes.
Richardson?
Yes.
Cross? Foster?
Yes.
Bliss?
Yes.
Lehman?
Yes.
Oldham?
Yes.
Dawson?
Yes.
All in favor.
Fourth item, we've got a franchise fee correction. As part of the budgeting process in 2017, all fee schedules were reviewed and some modified. At this time, it was interpreted that the franchise fees were a fee for the use of the city's right-of-ways. This is a common method to simplify the process for utility companies to get services to all of the citizens without having to purchase easements to run the line. They can just have one agreement with the city to share the right-of-ways. The city owns and maintains them. At the time, we thought the fee could be increased to offset the rising costs of maintaining the right-of-ways. However, we have since learned there is a state statute that regulates the process for changing these fees. Therefore, staff recommends amending the fee schedule to revert back to the previous amounts.
Discussion, council. Marlene, read the ordinance, please.
Bill number 2021-139, an ordinance amending Section 12-235, gas company license fee / occupation tax, and Section 12-268, electric light and power company license fee occupation tax in the fee schedule.
Second reading. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Bill number 2021-139, an ordinance amending Section 12-235, gas company license fee / occupation tax, and Section 12-268, electric light and power company license fee / occupation tax in the fee schedule.
Final passage. Second.
Roll call, please.
Richardson?
Yes.
Cross?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Bliss?
Yes.
Lehman?
Yes.
Oldham?
Yes.
Dawson?
Yes.
And Bogus?
Yes.
All in favor.
Community Development, Andrew Dawson.
I got one item on the agenda. It's an ordinance amending the budget for fiscal year 2021-2022 regarding the installation of a mural promoting the branding message. So I believe Councilman Richardson has worked with the artist in question. If you could take us through a brief description of what that mural is going to look like and where it's going to be located.
Yeah,
You have the floor.
kind of a rough estimate of what it's going to look like. But place on the side, so hopefully the air conditioning will give you final sheet of the panel.
Nice.
And, yeah, maintenance will be pretty similar. And the artist will be able to paint the mural in their own studio.
Nice.
It'll be, yeah, a good point of past process for railroad.
Nice. Well, thank you for your work on that. Where we're getting the money from this is the Central Business Cultural District. They had some funds that weren't used for the criterium, and so we're taking and amending that budget and using it. That's where we're getting the $1,200 for the materials for this project. So.
Any other questions, Council? Marlene, read the ordinance, please.
Bill number 2021-140, An ordinance amending the budget for the fiscal year 21-22 regarding the installation of a mural promoting the branding message.
Second reading. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Bill number 2021-140, an ordinance amending the budget for the fiscal year 21-22 regarding the installation of a mural promoting the branding message,
Final passage. Second. Roll call, please.
Cross?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Bliss?
Yes.
Lehman?
Yes.
Oldham?
Yes.
Dawson?
Yes.
Bogus?
Yes.
Richardson?
Yes.
All in favor?
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you. Liquor license, please.
This evening, we have 2 licenses, new ones, and 2 renewals. The new licenses are for Suzanne Jenkins, doing business as St. Vincent de Paul, for the dinner auction. They are located at 421 West 3rd. It's going to be held on October 2nd, 21, from 5 to 10, and it's a bazaar dinner auction for a special event license. The second one is for Susan Mergen, doing business as Center for Human Services, 1500 Ewing Drive. The event is Stand Up for the Center for Human Services. It's going to be on October the 14th, 21, from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Foundry, located at 324 West 2nd Street, and that's for a picnic license. The renewals are Kevin Long, doing business as Loyal Order of Moose, number 1494, 119 Winchester Drive, for Sunday sales, and Erica Meiseninger, doing business as Ivory Grill, 317 South Ohio, for the liquor by the drink license.
Motion to approve and block.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. City Council, City Administrator, like to make any comments this evening? Surely. How about you, Bob? You doing okay? I'm good. So anybody out in the audience like to say a few words, Matt? Make any comments?
I have a couple of friends, representatives, and co-members of the Missouri Cattlemen's Association here tonight.
Of the Missouri what?
The Cattlemen's
Okay,
Association.
now, great.
Gentlemen, would you like to stand up and introduce yourselves? And
My name is Anthony Sports, St. January.
we're going to maybe step up to the microphone. We're also streaming as well.
We didn't really show up to be that official. I wore my best clothes I had today. I'm Nick Asbury. This is Anthony Swartz. We're members of the local Cattlemen's Association. So our goal, how many people here know where your steak come from this weekend?
I didn't have to.
We got to get this guy steak. All right.
Wrong answer.
So how many people know where your steak come from?
How about brisket?
Okay, that'd be fine.
Well, it depends on how far away. I mean, it came from wood.
Well, our deal is how pumping.
There you go. That's the answer I was looking for. It comes from woods. So part of what our agenda in the near future is going to be is to get public more involved with where your food products come from. I have friends and family that are teachers in today's school district, and I can tell you about 98% of the student population know that, why do we need farmers? Walmart has plenty, right? You ever go to Walmart and shelf's empty? No, they got plenty. Well, your local cattlemen association, that's who provides your beef. And that's our livelihood, and we take pride in what we do. So we want to not only promote beef, but we want to help promote the industry. When I was a kid, I can tell you, about 9 out of 10 boys in my class wanted to be a farmer. Well, I don't know how many kids in school now that even know what a farmer is. But I can tell you firsthand how many kids have come to my farm and got to sit in the tractor the first time and thought, boy, this is pretty cool. This might be all right. So that's kind of what we're looking at trying to promote. And we don't know exactly how we want to do that, but we're just trying to feel out the city's involvement and what you all will be able to do and be partners with us to do that. So that's kind of what we have in mind.
And part of that goes back to your mural that you had up there, Let's Cross Paths. Well, Todd had come to our cattlemen's meeting back in June, I think. And we got ready to adjourn, and they said, is there anything else? I said, well, we're not done yet. I said, we have a city feller here and we're the county roughly. Well, I don't mean no disrespect, but you all do things different than we do. But how do you get to understand what we do and why we do it? And there's things that we do that you all just, how do I put it nice? You look over the fence and go, what the hell are they doing? But we do it for a reason. And to get you all to understand what we do, that's kind of why I'm here. We need to cross paths so you all understand what we do and why we do it. You know, I raise chickens for Tyson, I raise hogs for JBS, and I've got cattle. You know, there's 3 industries there, but I still farm. So, you know, that's where all that stuff comes from. We start there, so it ends up in Walmart or Woods, you know. But what we're going to do, I have no idea. Todd and I talked a little bit at the meeting, and, you know, it'll probably be next spring. We'd like to do something. I don't have a clue what, but we're going to talk Monday a little more at our meeting and then, you know, go from there. But, you know, we have to come together. You know, you listen to all the politics, Democrats, Republicans. At the end of the day, what does it matter? We all are people. We all got to eat, and we cherish our families and everything else. At the end of the day, that's what we believe in. So, you know, other than that, we come to see what you all do, and a little more, you know, what we do at our cattlemen's meeting. At the end of the day, and you really cut down to the basics. You all have problems, and we have problems. You know, we all got to sit down and figure out how to solve them.
Hold on, Anthony, you've got food at the cattlemen's meeting, so that's
Well,
that's
yeah,
something
you
that
always
we don't
gotta
have here.
That's because we started going to the bandanas for our meetings, you know.
That's how you get people to come, right?
Huh?
Food, that's how you get attention.
To a point, but, you know, after a while, how do I put it? I noticed we're the only 2 oddballs here, so, you know, at the end of the day, you got to get everybody there. So, and like I discussed with him and Todd one time, I said, when I was president of the Pez County Cattle News, I asked, how do we get the younger generation involved? Because I see 2 young fellers, no disrespect, but everybody else, you know, I'm 54 years old, so how do we get the young generation involved in what you all do? So, you know, and that's who we going to leave it to. You know, just like.
It's exciting that State Fair Community College is going to broaden their agriculture program. So hopefully.
And when you say that, to how far? You know, I can hire somebody, but if they have not the knowledge of what they're doing, I have to pay somebody to teach them. And my brother and I discussed this. When you hire somebody at the city level, are they already trained, or do you have to train them? And that's what we run into in the agriculture industry. Yes, I want somebody that's knowledgeable, but when I put somebody in a $200,000 tractor, they go, well, I can drive it. And I go, I don't care about the tractor. What about the $250,000 piece of equipment behind you? And when they run it into a tree, we didn't spend $50. We spent $5,000 or something to fix it. So in the agricultural deal, how do you hire somebody that already has knowledge of what you need done? You know, that's where the agricultural part at the State Fair Community College needs to figure out how, you know, anybody can sit here and run a computer. But when it comes to this and working cattle and pigs, he used to work for me. It took him a little while to figure out how to handle cattle, you know. And that's where we run into, you know. I've had guys, you know, work for me that are cowboys until we get in the crowd. And you can't work cattle sitting on the fence, you know, and that's what we run into, you know. So the agricultural deal would be great, but it also needs to be a hands-on thing, so, you know.
It'll be interesting what State Fair does if they're going to try to do
Well,
something.
remember too, that I had a program at State Fair for 30 years. Somebody goes through a program for 2 years, at least they're proving to you that they have a desire to be with you, number one. Number two, don't forget between that, I believe, I don't know how the program's set up the way it used to be set up, they need internships. They need an internship between their freshman and sophomore years.
Right.
Get the Cattlemen's Association
But
excited about those internships. You're not always going to get a good employee out of it. But every 2 or 3 years, you find somebody you want to keep, you're going to get the first crack at keeping.
Right.
So it's really important, coming from the other way, the State Fair is going to do this, that you guys really help them find internships for kids.
I like the fact that you brought that up, and I'll tell you why. It's because what's tuition at State Fair?
Well, it's less than UCM, so that's where I work now.
If you come to work for me, do I get tuition? I
don't understand your question.
If you show up at my farm today and I teach you how to run that tractor, you gonna pay, are you gonna pay me? No, but I've gotta pay you $20 an hour to teach you how to run it.
That's our dilemma, you know.
Has anybody seen the sign at Wendy's paying $16 to $18 an hour and a sign-on bonus? So that's what we compete against.
That's the way the world is.
Yeah.
They've been saying that's coming for a long time.
No, and that's what we're foreseeing now, and we're trying to get ahead of that and get the younger generation involved to do something. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would just add that, you know, from my position as city administrator and also serve on the Economic Development Board of Directors and those kinds of things, we understand here that agriculture is a huge part of our economy, and I think we need to make sure we recognize that and how.
Well, we appreciate that, and that's what we're hoping we can work towards is some kind of community involvement between both sides. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
If you're a farm family, you should sell it at the top of that economic spectrum.
So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Appreciate y'all.
Any other comments? Julie, you have something to say?
Talk about jobs. I was at Arby's the other day. They have a sign. It says, "We will pay you daily." That's how hard up these fancy restaurants are. Well, I'll say hourly. Pay you daily.
Motion to move to closed door session for legal advice and real estate under subsection 6.1 or 610.0 and 1 and 2. There we go.
Yeah, you a second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Thank you.
We need a roll call.
Roll call, please. Roll call.
Lehman?
Yes.
Oldham?
Yes.
Dawson?
Yes.
Bogus? Yes. Richardson?
Yes.
Cross? Foster? And Bliss.
Yes.
This conference will now be recorded.
Dinner, the thing on the haunted or the mystery deal?
Yeah. Sounds good. It's Monday. Motion open session.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Okay, hold on just a moment.
Motion to return.
Return, right.
There. Oh. So we don't need to do it again.
Right. Okay. Let me turn on mine.
So do we need to do roll call again?
This time we do. Lehman?
No.
Lehman?
I'm still here.
Oldham?
Here.
I know. Dawson? Here. Bogus? Here. Richardson?
Here.
Cross?
Yes.
Foster? And Bliss.
Here.
So before you have an ordinance, any questions on that ordinance? Council? Arlene, read the ordinance, please.
Okay, bill number 2021-141. An ordinance approving the acceptance of a quitclaim deed for property located at 803 West 7th Street in the city of Sedalia, Missouri. Whereas the city of Sedalia has agreed to accept property located at 803 West 7th Street, Sedalia, Missouri 65301 for a negotiated sum and other valuable consideration, and also accept a quitclaim deed for said property, all on the terms as set forth in the quitclaim deed in Exhibit A attached hereto and incorporated by reference as if set forth herein. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Sedalia, Missouri as follows. Section 1. The Council of the City of Sedalia, Missouri hereby approves the acceptance of the property by a quitclaim deed in substantially the same form and content as proposed in Exhibit A. Section 2. The city administrator is authorized to accept said deed, and the city clerk is hereby authorized and directed to file in her office the said deed after recording said deed and ordinance with the Pettis County Recorder of Deeds. Section 3. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Second reading.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Bill number 2021-141. An ordinance approving the acceptance of a quitclaim deed for property located at 803 West 7th Street in the city of Sedalia, Missouri. Whereas the city of Sedalia, Missouri has agreed to accept property located at 803 West 7th Street, Sedalia, Missouri 65301 for a negotiated sum and other valuable consideration, and also accept a quitclaim deed for said property, all on the terms as set forth in the quitclaim deed in Exhibit A, attached hereto and incorporated by reference as if set forth herein. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Sedalia, Missouri as follows. Section 1. The Council of the City of Sedalia, Missouri hereby approves the acceptance of the property by a quitclaim deed in substantially the same form and content as proposed in Exhibit A. Section 2. The city administrator is hereby authorized to accept said deed, and the city clerk is hereby authorized and directed to file in her office the said deed after recording said deed and ordinance with the Pettis County Recorder of Deeds. Section 3. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Final passage.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Foster? Yes. Bliss?
Yes.
Lehman?
Yes.
Oldham?
Yes.
Dawson?
Yes.
Bogus?
Yes.
Richardson?
Yes.
Cross? All in favor? Mm-hmm. No. Oh. Good. Thank you for the note.
Motion to adjourn.
How many years have you been doing that, Miss Arlene?
Lost track. Okay. Fine.
You got it.
Roll call?
We just need a motion and a second.
You got it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Okay.
We're out of here.
Sorry, I didn't realize that was that noisy.
Well, we just kept hearing. You're welcome.